All right, let's look at this one from Corey Anderson. I just thought this would be an interesting one for you guys to look at and dissect, just how the social media presence of fighters does impact like their how they progress through the ranks in the UFC, particularly. And Corey Anderson, in an interview, said Hunter Campbell had a conversation with me, and he told me we can't give you a title fight. It's 100% that you deserve a title fight, but we can't give you it because your social media isn't there. I want to get your reaction to that.
It's absolutely exactly what they're going to tell him. Fighting is about how good you are, but it's also about how you sell and the ability to put butts in seats. What the UFC wants to see is they want to see people are engaged with you and that they want to see you, and the numbers that you have when it comes to your social media gives them a gauge to go off of. Hey, look at all the people here. When you have, a 1 million plus, social media rating, they're like, people are engaged with them. We love this. When you have 100,000, they're like, you need to build it up more. And that is, this is part of when, Josh and I talk about, you look, as a fighter, it's not just about fighting, even though it should be, it's not. Just as simple as it gets. So Corey Anderson is a stud fighter. He is absolutely just a fucking animal, especially when he fights the way he's supposed to. When he doesn't try to go out and knock people out like he was doing in the UFC to try to become fan friendly. When he wrestles and he does ground and pound, Corey Anderson's a fucking menace. Yeah. And so, but it's also how good you are on the mic and the things that you say and what you do. And, Corey could have been put into a title fight in the light heavyweight division with the UFC and could have done well, but he didn't have the social media backing that, the UFC is looking for. So they're going to go with the person who is, wherever you're rated at the time. And I think that, Corey was ranked somewhere around 5 when he left the UFC, and that was after a loss to Jan Blachowicz. But even at 5, they're going to take number 6. If that guy's got more social, media, ratings and everything, and a lot more engagement with people, they're going to take that because it's easier for them to market the fight.
Simply put, that wasn't the only reason, and all the discussions that I've had with people that work for the UFC, it was his style. And that's what forced him to stand more. And when he decided to go ahead and allow that to get to him, then he allowed them to influence the way that he fought. And when that started happening, that's when he got caught and he got clipped and got knocked out. And then it sets you back. One fight, believe it or not, if you're not someone that they are really looking to push because of your fighting style, one setback will set you back 3 or 4 fights. Yeah. So you need to get 3 or 4 more wins. The best remedy for any of this is to keep winning. Don't care how you do it. The John Fitch approach is the best. That's it. Just keep winning. Doesn't matter what they say. I mean, I know it pisses them off. Okay. And look at John ended up going to Bellator, doing okay over there, and then Corey ended up going over to Bellator, doing well there. He's doing well right now in PFL. Simply put, though, it has to do with they will control how you fight. Once you allow them to start controlling how you fight, that's when the problems happen. You end up getting clipped. You end up getting knocked out because you're not comfortable in that position. You are a wrestler with great ground and pound. With you are just a very talented, with a huge gas tank, by the way, very talented fighter. Okay, but your recipe for victory and success is with your wrestling, your ground and pound, your control. That's it. Don't get away from it. You've developed a really good jab. You've developed some good stand up. Okay, but you're not going to be able to stand with those top guys at an Alex Pereira. Well, you don't need to. You can take him down. A Jan Blachowicz, you don't need to. You can take him down. Those are the reasons why you need to stay focused on what you're good at. Don't allow them to get into your mind because, look, you keep winning, they'll have no choice but to offer you a title shot. And that's the problem. Everyone wants the UFC to like them. They want them to like the way they fight. They want them, no, just win. Just win, baby. That's how it goes. And the winning will solve everything. You'll get your title shot eventually. If you keep winning, they can't deny you. They can't. And they did the same thing with John Fitch. They couldn't deny him anymore. Was he had like 11 or 13 fights in a row? that he had won, they had no choice. They fucking did not like John Fitch.
Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah. What do you have?
Perfect example.
12, 13, 13, 14, something like that. Bilal, right?
No, I believe he had
I think it was 9.
I want to say 10 in a row when he got
Okay.
his championship fight. So still, he kept winning.
Yeah. You've got to just keep winning.
Is there another sport? Can you guys think of another sport where this kind of stuff happens? It was 9 fights before he beat Leon, by the way.
What do you mean?
correct.
Another sport where this happens?
Could you guys think of another sport where this kind of thing happens where like you have to impress the promoter, the leadership in order to like get ahead and the sport? Because we really like most other sports, team sports I can think of, are tennis and things like as I guess is a single sport, things like that. But
It's the combat sports. Boxing's the same way.
that's what I'm
Boxing's
saying.
close.
That's what I'm saying. But like you're not a tennis player, and like you don't play tennis, and like, oh, you can only play for the world championship if you got a good social media following. I guess the point I'm making is like how do you
Okay.
how do you get away with this as like a promoter, right? Like as a UFC.
So don't be fooled though in the other sports that are single individual sports. Those people that are fan favorites, or those people that have a big following, or those people that are better looking and just more marketable, they will get different rankings that they know match up well. So the tennis organization, whatever, they'll say
Favorable seedings.
so when you get to like the US Open, you get to Wimbledon, your ranking or your seeding will be different, where it favors the other people, doesn't favor you as much. So then you'll have to fight even harder. You're going to end up fighting tougher competition along the way. Now it's your way of proving it, but like I just said, winning solves everything. You beat those upper competitions, no one can say shit. But the odds of them matching up the way that they want you, the way they match you up, is so that you'll lose. Let me give you this person who we know is not stylistically not a good matchup for you. Tennis has the same thing. Let me give you the person who runs side to side and is known to play the baseline versus someone who rushes to the net. Like people that don't handle the people that rush to the net very well, they'll match them up in the seedings. Say, hey, look, this person doesn't handle that type of style very well. So let's go ahead and match them up against them in like round 2 in the qualifying round, or in in the 16.
We're also talking about things like post match presence on the microphone, right? Like how did it do press conferences?
That's not always the case though, Dave. And I know where
he's saying it here, social media, right?
No, but you're saying post fight, like you're talking about post fight microphones and interviews.
But I'm saying in other sports as well. Like if you don't have that character about you, right? Like it's not really impacting you in the same way as an MMA or boxing, right? Like if you're just like this, whatever.
Look, I can tell you, listening to a lot of these boxers, I can't understand a fucking word they're saying. So it doesn't matter whether they got personality or not. I don't even understand what they're saying. That's one thing. 2 is with tennis players, right? Like they don't all get the microphone. It just really comes down to whether they speak English or not, because a lot of them are from all around the world. Having a translator, I think I don't know if that's as important to them as them moving on and getting some rest and they're making millions of dollars, like millions and millions of dollars to be tennis players. So I think when you get into that top 16, top 8, whatever it is, you're not concerned whether you get an interview or not. You're like, I'm getting cashed out. So that to them, getting back to my hotel, getting more rest, seeing my massage therapist, all those things are more important to them than a fighter getting the mic and having their one chance. The difference between them and a fighter is a fighter needs to say something that keeps their fans captivated until the next time they fight. A tennis player, when they win, they play tomorrow, or they get a day off and they play another day. So that's why. And then if they keep winning, then they get an opportunity to keep talking. And so they'll be on the mic, 2 or 3 times, especially when you get into that top 16, top 8, top 4, whatever it is, and in the finals. It's also a lot different sport. You're attracting a lot different type of people. So, a lot of them, I would say tennis players, there's a lot of, they're very, like even with golf, they're passionate about golf, they're passionate about tennis. But even with golf, you sometimes will run into, they don't want to give the mic to, look at John Daly. They did whatever they could to make sure that he was not in front of the mic too much.
That's because they didn't want him to slur words.
Yeah, they didn't want him to slur words. He played drunk several times. Like, he was hungover the night before. Like, but man, he was fun to watch. He still is fun to watch. I watched some of his Instagram shit. He's fucking hilarious. But you wanted to take away, he did not fit the golf mold. So when Corey Anderson, he's a fighter, but he's a very smart person. He just doesn't fit the MMA fighter mold. I think that, the way he talks and this and that, like, it doesn't really fit that. He's not as flamboyant in terms of like the negative shit. And when he starts talking about his opponents, it doesn't come off organic because he's a good person.
But Josh, you've also said that you think that you wish if if you could do your career again, you would have been more vocal on the mic
Yeah.
and things like that as a way to just kind of boost like your presence and your social media presence and
Well, Dave, you and I have had this conversation multiple times, right? Like, towards the end of my career is when social media took off.
Yep.
So had I been another 2 years and had some success in that last 2 years, I probably would have triple the amount of followers I have on my social media platform. But because it didn't happen at that time and I was early rather than late, where a lot of these guys just blew up because social media blew up. Instagram blew up, TikTok blew up, YouTube started, everyone had a podcast and all this stuff. So it blew up in different ways. It didn't hit me because I was on my way out when it was coming in. And that's unfortunate. It sucks for me. But would I have done it different? I say I would have. I don't know, man. It's not really in me to be the trash talker. I got nothing but respect for every single person I ever fought, whether it's Tony Ferguson, whether it's Clay Guida, Ash Bowman, doesn't matter who it was, Gilbert Melendez. Got nothing but respect. Nate Diaz, got respect for all of them. If I see them in the street, I'm going to say hi. I'm going to try to shake their hand. They may not shake my hand back, but I'm still going to be extremely respectful to them. All of them.
Alejandro Gutierrez says, imagine interviewing Dave after a boxing fight. JK.
Imagine interviewing Dave. Jeez, man. We'd have to have a translator. A Scottish accent. Element, the best hydration drink in the business. I had citrus earlier today. It's actually fantastic. And now they're making the lemonade salt in the can. Cannot wait. So if you guys use that link down below in the descriptions, they'll send you a bonus package with every single purchase. That's compliments of the Wayne In podcast. So hope you guys enjoy that.